Now on the DUI scandal involving a state lawmaker. As we first reported on WPRI.com, House Minority Leader Robert Watson was arrested after being stopped at a DUI checkpoint in Connecticut. Police also say they found marijuana in his pocket. Joining us now is State House Insider John Loughlin. And you and he are both Republicans. Right. You've worked with him. What's he like?
Well, Aaron, I've known Bob. I first met him in 2003 when I first started running for office, and I served as a second in command during the last session as the House Minority Whip. And, Bob has perhaps the sharpest political mind I've encountered in politics. His long experience at the State House gives him an uncanny ability to perceive and predict events that take place not just in the House, but throughout Rhode Island state government. He's smart, talented, witty, and a strong and passionate voice on the House floor, and in many cases the only voice for the taxpayer.
And in your opinion, will this arrest hurt Representative Watson's effectiveness?
It may blunt his effectiveness in the short term, but in the long term, I think Bob will be able to find his voice, so to speak, and formulate convincing arguments and communicate them on the House floors. In some ways it may cause Bob to be even more outspoken, largely because he'll be fighting the perception that this story has impeded his effectiveness.
Do you think it's going to affect his influence with other lawmakers?
Well, earlier today I spoke with members of the House Republican caucus, and they can be a tough crowd when it comes to one of their own. I often joke the Republican Party invented the circular firing squad. But the members I spoke with all support Bob, and as you know, the caucus voted unanimously to support Bob with a vote of confidence. So I think the members of that body who know Bob and agree with him will still agree with him, and those that don't will continue to disagree with him.
And we know that Representative Watson supports marijuana legislation. He co-sponsored a bill on it, but now he's facing marijuana charges. Right. What do you think this sends to the voters?
Well, that may well be the part of the story that's missing in the press reports. I know that this past November, Bob was in intensive care for a very, very painful bout of pancreatitis. And it would be purely speculation on my part, but it could be that he was self-medicating with marijuana. But again, we just don't know until all the facts are known. Look, ultimately, no one is above the law, and Bob Watson will have his day in court, and his fate in politics will be decided by the voters in his district.
Okay, we'll keep everybody updated. John Loughlin, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Aaron.